roof. And with the lowest prices in San...
Just go to peakfin.com. You're listening to the Peak Financial Freedom Hour with Jim Files and Dan Ahmed of Peak Financial Freedom Group. Remember, if you have any questions or want to get a complimentary review of your financial plan, pick up your cell phone and dial the number pound 250 and say the keyword money. Again, dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword money. Let's turn it back over to Jim and Dan. We're still talking about, can you handle the truth, and do you know what's going on with your portfolio, and should you be worrying about portfolio? And yeah, you probably should be worrying about portfolio, but as long as you get the data, have a risk analysis ran for you so you know exactly what's happening, what you own. What if right now you came in and we did an analysis for you? Let's say you had a 70% stock mutual fund, exchange traded fund portfolio, and a 30% bond mutual fund, exchange traded fund portfolio. You thought, okay, I'm pretty moderate, and that's what my advisor told me. And then we do a risk analysis, and we find out, lo and behold, you have almost 40% risk in your portfolio, meaning if we have another 2008 when the market went down about 50%, you would still be projected to lose 40%. And all along you thought you maybe had 10% risk. Well, that means you need to adjust your portfolio to something that will give you closer to what you wanted, which is that 10% risk. It doesn't mean putting all the money in bonds, because bond mutual funds and exchange traded funds, they're going to have some problems in the near future if interest rates continue to rise and if inflation comes back. So you look at that. Then what if we did a true analysis on every single mutual fund you had, and it showed out of 20 funds, 10 of your funds in 2008 over a 12-month time period would have lost 45% or more. What if you actually saw it on the screen, Jim? How do people react when they actually see each fund they own now broken down, and they see how much risk each one of these supposedly conservative, diversified mutual funds inside their portfolio actually could lose? They give us one of two reactions. 75% of the people look at it and they're blown away. They can't even believe they're in that position, that they've been put in that position with their money, and thank God the market hasn't crashed for 13 and a half years. Thank God they didn't lose half their money, right? They're blown away, they're upset because they're in that position, but they're eager to immediately start modifying it so that we can get that risk level down below 10%, and preferably that 5% range based on how we model portfolios. The other 25% of the people that have been caught up in this 13-year bull market run and think everything's going to come back in about a few months. Go down, it's going to come back. Those people look at the data initially, and they're questioning themselves. Is this data really accurate? Is this really true? And there's a lot of questions that come out. But ultimately, when almost everything cannot happen again, exactly. And what happens then, if you look at someone like that, and let's say they have $5 million in their portfolio, and they think they've saved a decent amount, and they're happy, but let's say it's that type of client. And if the market goes up 50%, they're up to $7.5 million of assets. That probably isn't going to change their life dramatically from $5 million to $7.5 million. They're probably going to live the same life. But what happens if that same portfolio goes down 50%, and there's just as good of a chance they can go down 50%, and now they have $2.5 million versus $5 million now? How, when you do that very simple analysis, which we tell everyone that's listening they should do that, what if you make 50% lose 50%? How would you benefit or how would you be hurt? Well, I think the listeners are saying to themselves, geez, that's too short. I have to do this. I'll tell you a really quick story, Dan. I got a call last week, about a year and a half ago. I was dealing with a prospect down in the San Francisco Bay Market, and they had about $3 million, and I went through this whole analysis with them. We spent a lot of time with them.
I was going to have to do this for now.
We kind of lost connection. They never really did anything with our firm. I got a call last week from him, and he said, you know, Jim, do you remember me? And I said, yeah, I do remember you. Of course, we had a great conversation over time. He said, well, I thought about you, and I realized I took a dumb pill. I said, what do you mean you took a dumb pill? I realized I took a dumb pill about a year and a half ago, and I looked at all the data that you presented to me, and I just was dumb. For some reason, it did not register. But now I woke up, and I took a smart pill a couple days ago, and I'm calling you on the phone. I want to move forward because I don't want to be dumb any longer with my money. Well, Jim, you know what you and I say? We definitely love the smart clients. Are you worried about your money and wonder if you're taking too much risk? You probably don't have an actual written plan, which means you keep worrying every year. Keep hoping you'll get lucky, and you keep praying you won't make a mistake that could ruin your retirement. We help people just like you address their money worries every day. We've been doing it for a combined 50-plus years. If you've saved over $500,000 for retirement, we'll meet with you for free to find out where you stand right now with your finances in retirement. Our typical caller has between $1 million to $7 million in assets, not including their real estate. What if you didn't know there are things you need to do right now? Changes you must make to make sure you don't lose your money and fail. How would you feel if 5 years from now you found out and it was too late and your plans for retirement were ruined? Well, we can help. First, we'll perform a risk analysis showing how much you could potentially lose in the next stock market crash and how you can significantly reduce your risk. Second, we'll show you how to increase your income, guarantee it will last for as long as you live, and manage your income taxes. We'll also run a fee analysis, income tax analysis, and a beneficiary analysis. In short, we'll provide you a free financial review, and we'll take the guesswork out of financial planning for you. So do yourself, your spouse, and your family a big favor. Call in right now and schedule your meeting. You have nothing to lose at all, unless you don't make this call. Dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword money. Again,
that's an update. I don't know what the
update
is, but
say the keyword money. That'll get you a free financial review with the team at Peak Financial Freedom Group, serving you throughout Northern California. Pick up the phone and dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword money. Thanks for joining us on the show today. For Jim Files and Dan Ahmed, I'm Walter Storholt, and we'll talk to you next time right back here on the Peak Financial Freedom Hour with Jim and Dan. Investment advisory services are offered through Fiduciary Solutions, LLC, a California-registered investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results, and securities may lose value. Insurance products and services are offered through PFSG Insurance Agency, LLC. California Insurance License Number 0N14013. Dan Ahmed, California Insurance License Number 0732913. And Jim Files, California Insurance License Number 0F06511.
At Ulta Beauty's Black Friday sale, I get up to 50% off all week long on over 500 can't-miss deals. Starting November 19th, shop 40% off stunning Morphe eyeshadow palettes and 50% off select Tula skincare products. Plus, starting Tuesday, shop $12 mascaras from brands like Tarte, Benefit, and Fenty, and $12 lippies from brands like Lancome and Kylie Cosmetics. Hurry in store or place your online pickup order today. Ulta Beauty, the possibilities are beautiful.
And now Martha Stewart for Skechers. When I make a dish or embark on a craft project, I always use the finest, most fabulous ingredients and materials. Which is why, when it comes to footwear, I love Skechers. Because Skechers is a comfort technology company and uses the most luxurious, innovative materials and designs to make wondrously comfortable footwear with all the fits and features like Arch Fit and Skechers' world-famous air-cooled memory foam. It's exactly the way I make shoes.
On Skechers at Skechers Store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold. From California's capital city, now trending on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio. Bill Cosby is being hit with another sexual assault lawsuit. Actress and former writer Jillian Tarshish filed a suit over the weekend claiming Cosby drugged and assaulted her on 2 different occasions back in the 70s. The lawsuit alleges assault, battery, emotional distress, and also false imprisonment. She's seeking major damages. Officials are looking for a person of interest in regards to the 10 freeway fire last weekend.
2 grainy pictures show him wearing a black hoodie with long blue shorts. He's believed to be in his mid-30s, about 6 feet tall, weighing between 170 and 190 pounds. CAL FIRE says he had a brace on his right knee while carrying a backpack. Fire officials aren't sure, but believe he may have had a burn on his left leg. I'm Sol Farrar.
And that's a look at the latest news. I'm Ryan Baker. Now, Sacramento traffic.
Taking a look at KFBK traffic. Tracking your roadways on this Sunday. A couple of things to think about as you make way to your plans. We start things off in Bellevue, where a crash is blocking the shoulder of eastbound Marconi Avenue at Heron Way. Eastbound 50 in Sacramento, right before 65th Street. Be on the lookout for a hazard in the 2 left lanes. CHP crews are headed to the scene to clear that on out of there. Westbound 80 at the Cordelia truck scales. A report of a fire on the shoulder, a grass fire. Fire crews are responding as well as CHP. Traffic on the 10s every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons. Christine Samra, KSBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Now, Sacramento weather.
For the rest of the afternoon, clouds and sun
Sunshine, the high 62 to 66. Clear, tonight low 42 to 46. And for Monday, sunny skies with a high tomorrow 62 to 66. I'm AccuWeather's Andy Robb on KSBK, Sacramento's News Radio. Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Keeping you in the loop.
We're learning more.
We want to know what's out there and what's
Check in 3, 4, 5 times today.
more on this story coming up.
Sacramento's news, traffic, and weather station.
Current events.
KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Tom Sullivan, in the next 30 minutes, you're going to hear about a product that I'm proud to have endorsed for the last 8 years. Over 50,000 installs, and I haven't had a single complaint. What this product does for your home, the home environment, it's truly remarkable. And on top of all of that, it can cut your utility bill by up to 44% day one. Welcome to a special edition of At Home with KFBK. We know that everyone in California has been experiencing shockingly high utility bills, and that many feel helpless. But guess what? You're not alone. And today, you're about to learn that there is a simple, very affordable way to lower your home heating and cooling bills by up to 44% immediately. Today, we're talking with Garrett Harwood. Garrett is a certified energy expert, utilizing NASA technology to insulate homes for almost 3 decades. And he's also the CEO of Eagle Shield. Now, over the last 30 years, Eagle Shield has installed this product developed by NASA in over 60,000 homes right here in Northern California. And today, we're going to be talking about the sudden increase in utility rates here in California and how this NASA technology dramatically helps the homeowner take control of their utility bill and create a healthier and more comfortable living environment. Welcome, Garrett. It's a privilege. It's always fun for me to get together with you too, Garrett, as my home really falls directly into that category. And I'm excited to learn how we can take at least partial control of these seemingly out-of-control utility bills. So tell us a little bit about what exactly Eagle Shield is and how it's installed.
Eagle Shield is high-performance reflective insulation that was originally developed by NASA to wrap every spacecraft and spacesuit to protect them from extreme heat and cold. And so we take that exact same technology used in the space program, and we put that in your attic. And so what happens when you put it in your attic, you're turning your home into a thermos. So now you keep 97% of the summer heat out, you keep 97% of the winter heat you want back in. Because of that, you're running your air and you're running your heat 70% less because you're not wasting anymore. Because of that, you're not kicked into your higher tier, and that's why you save up to 44% off your bill. So to answer your smart question, we install it in the attic. It creates your home into a thermos. The install process is pretty simple. You crawl into the attic, staple it to your rafters and your knee walls. You've now protected your home. Now you run your air and heater 70% less.
Interesting. Great analogy, turning your attic into a giant thermos. Let me ask you this, Garrett. Are all homes eligible or to be able to use this reflective insulation product installed in the attic?
Excellent question. And there's only 2 types of homes that we can't help you, and that is mobile homes that do not have an attic and existing residential homes that do not have an attic. It's very important to understand that 80% of all heat loss in the winter, heat escaping, and heat gain in the summer is your attic. And people intellectually know this. Don't we intellectually know in August we're standing 5-6 feet below a 150-degree attic? And so it's very important that you have an attic, and if you do, then you can take advantage of it, yes.
Garrett, where do you see utility bills going in the future? To date, they just seem to be climbing. From an expert standpoint, what have you seen? Where is it headed?
Well, and I appreciate you using the term expert, but I jokingly tell people, be careful when you claim you're an expert. X is a has-been, a spurt's a drip under pressure. And so when you're green, you grow. When you're ripe, you rot. It's kind of what you learn after you think you know it all. But I will tell you something. When you're dealing with this crazy California governmental environment, It's very hard to try to logically deduce why utility bills go up the way they are. It's a little bit easier because if you're aware, we've had the hottest summer on record for 90 years. The last time we had a heat wave this bad was 1930s. And so what's crazy is when you look at utility bill increases, we had a 28% increase just recently, then we had another 18% increase. And I was actually sharing with you guys, I cracked up because I'm coming here to do this, and my wife hands me the PG&E bill where they're warning me that another 6% this month is going up, and it's just crazy. And so I love what I do, and the nice thing about it's pretty simple physics-wise. If you can reflect 97% of the radiant heat from coming into your attic and then heating up your home, you're going to be 10 to 12 degrees cooler in the summer. And if you can reflect the heat you want back in the winter, well, you're going to be warmer in the winter. So now you run your air and heater 70% less because you're not wasting. That's why you save what you save off your bill, because you're no longer kicked into your high tier. And so that's very, very important in this climate.
Garrett, I understand that reflective insulation is standard these days in homes. What makes Eagle Shield and your product different?
Well, reflective insulation is Title 24 building code everywhere. What makes Eagle Shield unique is we have a patented process on our product. So, for example, we have two blankets of 99.5% pure industrial grade aluminum mylar together for a two-sided reflector. So it's pure industrial grade aluminum, number one. Number two, we have a patent on what's called a Vallejo film. Now, Vallejo is the filmmaker that FedEx uses to seal their packages. So if you've ever tried to open a package after it's sealed, you notice it's indestructible. That's the same film I use to hold the two blankets together. So you could basically, if somebody jumped off a 5-story building, you could catch them with the product because it's very durable. Number three, we laser perforate the reflective insulation, so that way you're not trapping moisture. So typical reflective insulation that you can get at Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere you go, they roll the blanket over nail rollers to create the perforation. The problem is when the blanket comes back off the nail rollers, 40 to 55% of them reseal again, so you can have a potential moisture issue. I laser perforate all my reflective. I have a $187,000 laser perforated machine that laser perforates it. So you get 4 times more laser perforation. You're not trapping moisture, so you don't end up getting mold. So that's what makes my product unique. And it's the only reflective that has the A-class fire rating. All other reflective, because they don't have the Vallejo film, has a Class B. So that's what separates us.
We're talking with Garrett Harwood. Garrett is a certified energy consultant, and his company Eagle Shield has been working with NASA technology for almost 30 years. Now, if you'd like Garrett and his team to assess your home from your mobile phone, dial pound 250, that's pound 250, and say Eagle Shield. They'll set up an absolutely free, no obligation demonstration, and the first 20 callers will receive 25% off all labor and materials, plus 0% financing for up to 18 months OAC. Now, if you call and you're temporarily put on hold, be patient. This is a very popular offer, and you might have to wait a couple of minutes, but hang in there. Dial pound 250, say Eagle Shield. That's pound 250, say Eagle Shield right now. Their team is standing by.
So have you heard the latest from PG&E? They're proposing yet another rate hike for 2024. This time, another 22%. Tom Sullivan here for Eagle Shield Insulation Technology by NASA. If you're a PG&E customer, you need Eagle Shield. Homes with Eagle Shield remain up to 10 degrees warmer in the winter, 10 to 12 degrees cooler in the summer, all while running your furnace or AC 70% less. Not only is your home so much more comfortable, but you also save up to 44% on your heating and cooling costs immediately, day one. But you know what? After 3 years, their offer of 25% off all labor and material, along with the no-interest financing for 18 months, is coming to an end. So call now to lock in the savings before it's gone. Book your free demonstration now. From your mobile phone, dial pound 250, and when prompted, say the keywords Eagle Shield. Easy one-day installation. Dial pound 250 and say Eagle Shield.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're listening to At Home with KFBK. And with me is